going to do a review of the Griffin Doily maker product, because I'm struggling with it, so I thought it'd be interesting to show a video. So basically you need to stamp the centre first of all. So I have a centre stamp lined up in the stamp, so we'll pop that on first of all. So that comes out lovely. Got no issue with the stamper. You then, basically this is how the stamps come. You basically get some centres for the middle, and then some ones that go on the inner ring, and ones that go on the outer ring. Outer ring. Very difficult for someone from Essex to say outer ring. We'll go outer ring. So outer ring. And then you use this template which you pin on. Now I've put a mouse mat under there, which so I can put the pin in, but also it should help with the. You might have to excuse my head in a minute. The pinhole doesn't exactly line up perfectly, but what I do is make sure that the ring that you're going to follow around the edge is even all the way. So as we spin this round, make sure it's all the way through so that it doesn't wiggle, because if it wiggles, that's going to cause the template to move. So at the moment the template is lined perfectly to the top of the page. It spins, it doesn't wiggle, back round perfectly to the top of the page. So I know that that's a really nice tight pin. There's going to be no movement in the template. So now I need to change. At the moment it's got the centre stamp in there still. So I'm going to change that stamp so you can lock this into place, which allows you to use the pathetic plastic tweezers, because this is now covered in ink, to get this off. So get that off, I'll just put it there for now. And I have one already popped out. This is for the inner ring. Now this isn't like anyone who remembers the Seven Gypsies ones. The Seven Gypsies one had grid lines, and the stamps had grid lines, which meant they matched up. This has just got some double-sided sticky, or some sticky on it, which means you have to be get it on pretty square, because if it's not square, it's not going to be in perfect alignment with the stamp mechanism, the machine as it were. And if it's not in perfect alignment with the machine, it won't be in alignment with the square. So there is quite a bit at this point that could make this not work properly, in the sense that if this is not on exactly square, it will cause this not to go right. So that's probably about as good as I can get. It's got about 2mm of, round each side. It looks very square. So we're calling that done now. As you can see, even using the pathetic plastic tweezers, I'm still covered in ink. So with Anna Griffin facing forward, now you may see my head, and I apologise for that, but I have to look over to get it lined up. You have to align it with the square, or the rounded square that's there. Now, it's not perfect. There is a couple of millimetres there when this side's aligned, so you get it as good, because whichever way you choose to do it now is the way you're going to have to continue to do it, otherwise your next stamp won't be in a line. So I'm a Virgo and I'm pedantic, so if anyone can make this work, I can make this work. We go with the first stamp. There we go, that's the first stamp. Then you turn it around, you align it. Now if you align it, you're aligning this hole with this stamp. The next stamp is going to go in that hole. So really what you want to do is just get a tiny little bit peeping through, just so that when you do the next stamp, they align and touch rather than overlap or leave a gap. So let's get this lined up exactly how we had it before. And press. and move. Now, you're seeing already it's not aligned at the bottom, it's gone over the top there. Let's move these, just wipe these bits off so you can see when it messes up. Okay, we'll still swing with it, maybe that was us, so we'll leave a tiny little bit sticking out to make the alignment work. The bottom is still balanced there it was. We're going to line ourselves up in the square perfectly, just how we did the first time. And as I said, it's not easy because the square is slightly larger than the shape, so you have to kind of keep to the same setting as you used before. So here we are again, and we've gone up again. Now remember what I said, this pin, I could understand this going out of alignment if this pin was moving the template, but the pin is very solid. We checked that before, and when we go around we'll check it again. So we'll just carry on. I'm going to finish this if it kills me and see how perfect. Oh, lucky I didn't press, nearly did, but it slipped. That's very easy for that to happen because right, so I'm just going to carry on round, aligning slightly over the edge here so that the pattern mixes, and I'm just going to keep going. I think it says 6 times, it might be 8 times, I can't remember, but we'll carry on. The problem is when you press down, even if you press down as gentle as anything, it slips. So really gently. And this should be the last one, which should match perfectly between the two. Doesn't look like it's gone to, so I'm going to, because there should be a little bit of overlap, so I'm just going to do it smack bang in the middle of the two. So line it up. Lovely. Come back round, and as you see we are aligned at the top of the page so the pin hasn't slipped. Take the pin out and let's see how our beautiful doily has come out. So, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. This bit here doesn't look too bad. This bit here is quite shabby. I'm quite disappointed with it because when it's demoed on the TV it looks so well, actually when it's demoed on the TV it never works and it's always blamed on time pressure of TV. I'm going to do another one and I'm going to speed through it so you can just see that I've explained how it all works. Let's do another one. So I'm going to fast forward this bit. Okay, so we're back, so you can see we're lined up, and maybe from a distance it doesn't look too bad, but close up you can see that it doesn't match. The last one doesn't match, and to be honest it doesn't really match this one there that matches, which is a shame because the concept is good. And maybe from a distance it doesn't look too bad. I mean, this certainly doesn't look as bad as this, because that doesn't match at all. Conceptually it's good, the execution, maybe it's user error, but I can't see, you know, if this isn't moving and I'm fitting this every time the same into the square, but there is too many variables to go wrong. This could be placed, you know, only 2-3 millimeters out, but them 2-3 millimeters make it not aligned. So I love the concept, not sure about the execution, but hopefully this was interesting for anyone who is maybe contemplating buying the Griffin Doily maker. And if you're interested, I bought it from QVC. In the UK it was £31.95 excluding postage, so about £35 altogether. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.